then, of course, the wonderful people that it attracts just expanded my life and my experience of learning how to get along with people, and gathering, which I think is really the only hope for the world, is learning to get along and gathering and working together. And so it ended up being this much bigger thing than I pictured in the first place, which was just like, oh, this is so beautiful, this is so cool, you know, I want everybody to do it. And then slowly it just became that I don't even care that much about the cob itself. It's the process that's of the people getting together and sharing and realizing that they can do what they dream, or that they can be freer of the expectations that have been put on them. And Cobb kind of tells people that in a real cellular way. And you can watch how it affects the people. You know, at first they're kind of skeptical and asking technical questions and, you know, frowning. And then by about day 3, they're just laughing and they're covered in dirt and they're having conversations, deep conversations about what they maybe could do in their life, or about their mothers and personal healings. Or it seems to be a standard sort of thing, that evolution process that humans go through when they're cobbing and working together and giving up that, okay, we have to look good and clean, and, you know, I'm doing what I'm doing and you're doing what you're doing, and where you just eat together and you work together and create together and make decisions together. And I try to be, yes, I'm the queen bee, but I also like to stand back and let the people come up with their own creations, because really that's how they learn and how they feel their own power, you know. And Cobb is so forgiving. You know, it really lets people try whatever they want. And if it doesn't work, it's not like, it doesn't hurt anybody or anything. You just recycle it and try something else. And all these things that Cobb shows you have like correlations in real life of how one can live their own lives. Of like that, for example, like try it. If it doesn't work, pick it up. It didn't break you, you know, pick it up. Try something else then too. That, like in Ecuador, okay, first day, they're all there with their notebooks, sitting properly as they could with no chairs, you know, and they're like waiting for me to explain to them how to do cob. You know, and of course I'm like, well, here's the tarp. I imported this plastic tarp from America because it's my most precious tool. And they're like, oh, tarps, oh, wow. And they see a roof, you know, and here I'm taking this precious roof and throwing dirt on it and smashing it up. And they're just, next thing you know, the notebooks are lost. It took a couple days. They're really indoctrinated to, this is what learning is. And after a few days, they were just, it was like, they were just freed of that, this is how you learn thing. And they were just mixing it, and they were trying to, like, how do you want this wall? Okay, well, we want it like that. And, well, you can do a little decoration. By the end of the week, they figured out that you could decorate, and they could make their own little thing. Well, this poor house just had sculptures all over it. I was like, stop, please. This is too wild. You know, one witch running into another gargoyle, into a creature, into columns. It was just like, it was really ugly. But the people were having so much fun, I couldn't stop them. And it was just so, you know, that was what really mattered, was that these people were going into another understanding of what learning is and what working with each other is and what teaching. They ended up teaching all the new people that came in, and it was so thrilling. Anyway, I hope they're still cobbing. Well, cob, what can you say about cob? it attracts interesting people. You know, the people that have a vision, a little ability to see outside the box. So you're attracting, or you're inviting an interesting crowd to get together. And then the cob catalyzes those interesting people. And it also brings out the best in one. It's just such a quiet, simple, calming work. And it seems to bring out the best in people. So you've got a great bunch of people at their best. That's what cobbing's all about.
Mm-hmm.
And this idea about, you know, we're talking about how wonderful it is and how it inspires people and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but on a really real level, for me, it's a very selfish thing. I do it because I like to do it. And I do it because it's fun. And I do it because it's good for me. And I do it because it interests me. And it keeps me alive in a way. You know, it's just selfish. I don't do it because I want to save the world. You know, I do it because I want to save myself.